it's incredible to think that these women have to go from playing in the Olympics and now coming back to their teams and playing the back half of the season. So I thought it'd be a great idea today to bring on my friend Terri Jackson. She's the executive director of the WNBPA and a dear friend. Appreciate you coming on, Terri, and walk us through the schedule for the Team USA now that they've won gold. What happens to all these women as they head back to the WNBA?
Hey, Ben Lyons. Thank you for having me on this show. This is great. So, so we've been in this hiatus, right? We've been on this Olympic break for 4 or 5 weeks now. It's been too long for the rest of us. But we got to see some amazing women, not just Team USA. We had like 30 W players in the Olympics. Team France, Team Spain, it was crazy. So everybody's headed back. And, well, the first thing they're going to do is probably test. But seriously, we're going to get back with play underway with the league's kind of new event, signature event called the Commissioner's Cup on Thursday. And then a few days later on Sunday, I think every single team, if I'm not mistaken, I think every single team is going to be back in action on Sunday with a game.
Terri Jackson joins the show.
That's what we have to look forward to.
Executive Director of the WNBPA. And you mentioned the Commissioner's Cup. This is a new thing, and a lot of times you'll hear rumblings around the NBA that there's talks of a mid-season tournament as a way to, engage the fans or create some real meaning in the games. Where did the idea for the Commissioner's Cup come from in the W, and how is it rolling out this year?
Yeah, we need everybody to tune in. It's going to be streaming on Amazon Prime. I know the commissioner herself, Kathy Engelbert, is really pretty excited about this event. It's something really that kind of came together probably during negotiations, during our kind of informal negotiations talk. The players were talking about how do we jazz up this model, this business model? How do we make this a little bit different, a little bit more fun for the fans? The league also, I think, was looking to develop additional assets. The players, our players, they go overseas in the off season, right? They are playing over in Europe. And there's this kind of, out of the Euro leagues, there's this kind of tournament within a tournament. So that's kind of how it all came together. It's like, how do we create another event that the players can be bought into, and really have fun? The league could look to market a tournament within a tournament. So this is the first time that we're kind of going back to the old conference format. There were, we have like 50, 60 or so regular season games. There were 10 of those, I believe, 10 or 12 of those regular season games that were identified as Commissioner Cup games. So that's when the teams are playing within their conference. And so the best team out of the Eastern Conference, the best team out of the Western Conference, well, we know who that is. It's the Connecticut Sun and it's the Seattle Storm. They're going to meet on Thursday in Phoenix. Again, streaming on Amazon Prime, so everybody, tune in and watch this. Help us really build that audience. And I think the league's got something special planned. I'm not going to give it all away. I think the league's got something special planned for that game. So let's watch and see.
Terri Jackson joins the show, Executive Director of the WNBPA and the mother of Jaren Jackson Jr., who I was so proud of on draft night when he stepped on that stage wearing a Rock the Vote jacket on the inside of his lapel. The Knicks would go on to draft Kevin Knox, who had a Fortnite jacket on, but we can talk about something else. Jaren's wearing the Rock the Vote jacket, and the moment that he's getting drafted, how did that come together? What does that mean to you as a parent? Your son's got this moment to be drafted in the NBA, and he wants to use it to the fullest of its potential to get the word out.
Well, first of all, let's go back. I am the mother of Jaren Jackson Jr. I am the wife of Jaren Jackson Sr., but we'll talk about Junior right now. So, Junior. Well, it's all about the jacket on draft night, right? It's all about the suit. It's all about the jacket and what you're going to do, kind of creative inside. And Jay Jr.'s had a few ideas, and one of them was like, hey, Mom, we're talking about voting, the importance of voting, and maybe that's something I'm going to do when I'm in the league. What can I do to, like, kind of kick this off on draft night? What about Rock the Vote? And I was like, what, are you kidding? Like, let's call him and see. I think we had like 4 days before he had already picked this pink crush velvet jacket that he just had to have, period, the end. Nobody was talking him in or out of that. But we reached out to Rock the Vote, Carolyn DeWitt, the CEO over there, and said, hey, you won't believe this, but this is what Jaren Jackson Jr. wants to do. What do you guys think? What, are you behind it? Can we use your logo? Can he rock it? And, thanks to Carolyn, she said yes, absolutely. So that's how it all started.
An incredible moment for your family, for the NBA family. It's just remarkable. One of my favorite draft suits of all time. And I bring it up as well because, when NBA players speak out about social issues or things that are passionate to them, it's celebrated, it's acknowledged, but it feels like often that the WNBA, the players from that league, were already on the train. They're already saying these things, and we look to them often for leadership when the world feels uneasy or uncertain. Talk about some of the great initiatives you guys are working on. I know there's something going on today or tomorrow, actually, that you guys are putting together. That's pretty important.
Yeah, thanks for that, Ben.
Yeah.
So when it comes to social justice issues, the players say it is in their DNA. And what I love about them, Ben, is that they educate themselves. They look to be informed. They ask us to pull together, subject matter experts, folks in academia, folks in public health, and a variety of fields so that they can talk with them, so they can listen and learn and ask questions. Coming out of the bubble, they talked about Black Lives Matter, and Elizabeth Williams specifically said, if we're behind Black Lives Matter, then we have to understand what that means in the public health space. And so we put together some educational Zooms around vaccines, around the COVID vaccine. We talked history about equity or inequities in public health for Black and brown communities. We talked about the ability to have access now. So that public health initiative is really important to them. What you're talking about, the Zoom that we're going to be doing tomorrow, the panel that we're going to be doing tomorrow, is in collaboration with two of our community partners, the Black Women's Health Imperative, who's celebrating their anniversary this week, the National Council of Negro Women, NCNW. They pulled together a panel called Healthy Dose, star-studded panel moderated by Angela Rye, featuring Elizabeth Williams, who, mark my words, I'm just going to keep saying this, and this put it out in the universe. Elizabeth Williams is going to be the next U.S. Surgeon General one day. Just wait and see. She's going to medical school after she hangs up her basketball shoes. I'm certain of that. So, but joining Elizabeth and Angela, Lisa Leslie, and Dr. Contessa Metcalf. Do you know that name, Ben?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with Dr. Contessa.
She is one of the doctors from Married to Medicine coming out of Atlanta. So, yes, so we're really excited about the panel. It's going to be so cool. So we're hoping everybody tunes in. That is tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I think, 8 o'clock Eastern. It's posted on our Instagram, so you guys can check it out there. But Dr. Contessa is going to be with us. She's a fan, too. She and her family were coming out to Atlanta Dream game, so she's for real. She's for real. We're looking forward to it.
Terri, I appreciate all the work you and the women of the W are doing on this issue and other issues. Like you said, social justice, obviously top of mind for the women in the W, yet so many women who are household names, women who are big stars. Elena, Skylar, Sabrina, Asia, Nneka, Liz. I mean, the list goes on. Stewie. You've been covering the game for a long time. Basketball's been a part of your life for a long time. You've never seen so many women out there who are part of the national, international conversation around the game. What are your hopes for the back half of the WNBA season?
Wow. You know what? I'm looking forward to Thursday. I'm looking forward to the Commissioner's Cup and getting back underway. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Like I said, so many teams back at it. These women bring excitement to the game. And I mean, we were really paying attention because we were home and nobody was going anywhere. And so we were watching all these games. There were even more games televised last year than probably ever before. So we know the excitement that they bring. And they've just got great stories to tell. But the work that we're going to be doing off the court, not just in public health, but around racial justice and voting rights, what we'll be doing with the LGBTQ community. I'm just so excited because the players have framed up, this three-part agenda, working with the community, back in it again, what we know they're capable of doing on the court. We're going to see our stars, all our stars from the Olympics coming back. Look, it is must-see TV when it comes to the W. As long as they put us on TV and as long as our fans can find it, like, no one is disappointed, Ben. No one is disappointed. It's going to be a great back half of the season. I'm also looking towards some of the partnerships that the WNBAPA will be announcing. We're looking to grow the business too, and we're looking. We're just doing our best. We're just doing our best. So stay tuned. There will be more on that.
Terri, I hope with all the excitement around the WNBA for the back half of the season that the Jackson 3 gets some time together. Is that in the cards?
Yeah, so the Jackson 3, Ben, the Jackson 3 are probably the only family in basketball. I think I'm right on this. The only family in basketball that can say that they were in every bubble last year. Now, we pray that we don't go back to playing in bubbles ever again, but Junior was in the NBA bubble. I, of course, was in the Wubble. And Jay Sr. was coaching with the New York Knicks G League team. So he was in their bubble, the G League bubble last year. I'm on the West Coast now. I'm going to be headed to the NBA Summer League. Junior's going to be headed there probably today, tomorrow, to support the Grizzlies. Jaren Sr. is there. He's on the New York Knicks Summer League coaching staff. So I will pass through there also. Of course, the Aces are there, so I get to meet with them, do their team meeting. So the Jackson 3 will have some time in Vegas, I believe. We might head back to L.A. for a little bit. But, my season is in full swing. I got to go to work. The players expect me to be working right now. So if I could sneak in a little family time, it will be great.
Well, all the work you do is so inspiring to us as basketball fans, Terri. I appreciate you spending some time. I know you're right in the heart of the season, and I do hope the Jackson 3 can get together in Vegas for at least a little bit. Thanks for spending some time.
Awesome, Ben. Thank you.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.